Yeah, that's right. This is going to be the ultimate guide to quizzes. I'm not holding anything back, and I'm also not going to waste your time. Let's get started. All right, if you want quizzes that look like this, you can go here. We'll start there. Now, what you want to do, ultimate guide, starting from the beginning, you need to build this part of your quiz. What is this part of your quiz? Don't click off because this is going to get good. These are your elements. Elements are here. Okay, these are the things that you can build your quizzes with, and they are effective. They just look like dog trash on GoHighLevel. Basically, I'm just calling it like it is. So you have multiple choice. You're going to use that a lot. Long answer. You're also going to use that kind of a lot. And then you also have your inputs in regards to the personal info. Important. Important. Okay. HTML is going to go on every single one of these blocks. They go up at the top, and this is what you're looking at, that HTML block. T&C needs to go on every quiz, or else you could be hounded down by a lawyer and they will make your life terrible. So make sure that's there with your agree to terms. All right. You are not going to worry about score here because that's not how you score your quizzes. You score your quizzes by hitting this, going up to, I've got something on my screen, going up here to, I gave you the wrong information. You click on this and you go to a multiple choice that has it. There we go. Now, this is where you're going to find the scoring opportunity. All right, this is how you set up automations because we are going to click in overall only. Why are we clicking overall only? Because I want every single one of these questions to go towards the score of the overall score of the quiz. If I give it some random score for a category that doesn't have anything to do with the quiz, you're not going to get a score for the entire quiz. AKA, you're not going to be able to get a score for this person that is very important for the automations that you want to run. I'll show that later. That's a different part of this. But this is how you score your quizzes, all right? Now, it's really important that whenever you start out building, that you don't change, sorry, I misspoke, that you don't click save until every single one of these are changed. And what do I mean by these? Well, these are your questions that have to go on this quiz. If this doesn't match with this, it's not going to work. What's also really important about that is that if this is like misspelled in any way, well, then you just wasted a lot of your fucking time. So don't do that. Make sure that all of this is spelled correctly. Now, why? Why is it so important that these are mapped out before you even get started? Let me show you. All right, so if you go over here and you look at the top, the questions, and you go down here to your advanced settings, that's turning into a custom field. Now, here's another massive pro tip, all right? Every single quiz within your sub account has to have a different question on the questions of each quiz question. Wow, I worded that in the best way possible. All right, so how often do you apply what you learn? That can only be asked in this quiz. How often do you apply what you, I mean, you could reword it. How often do you apply things that you learn, right? Like, but it has to be worded differently. You can't use this again, or else you're going to have issues. So that's just a little pro tip. If you get to the end of your quiz and you try to submit it, and you're like, what's going to happen is you're going to click save, and you're going to see a little red box pop up that's like, oh, custom field already uses this, blah blah blah. It doesn't tell you what question it's on. It just says that. So then you're gonna have to go through and try to figure that shit out. It's a freaking mess. Anyways, how do you get quiz code to work in hiding this area? Because even though you can see it on the screen, let me show you what happens, all right? So we click preview, ta-da, it's gonna ask you to save always, and now it's going to show this. And there you go. Learn the secret system that self-closes leads, right? And then from there, we get into the actual process of the quiz. But whenever I scroll down, you don't see anything underneath here, do you? No, it's gone. Ta-da! The reason why is because I went over here, which is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to go over here to Advanced. You're going to click Custom CSS. And ta-da, look at all this beautiful custom CSS. Look at all this footer HTML. Like, you have to have all this stuff in here in order for this quiz to run correctly. And by all means, there is plenty of code within this that is also making that work. So if you think you're just going to screenshot something, like go for it, but it's not going to work. Like if you haven't figured out the bugs and the other issues that is working to make this quiz work, I promise, trust me, this is speaking from the guy who's been doing this for 8 months, like slamming his head on this keyboard. Don't worry, you're going to have a blast. If you want to skip that, then go ahead and head over to, move my ugly mug, PrettyQuizCodes. Jump on over here. Look, we make it so simple. Look, you just build that quiz, drop in your URL, and you copy and paste all of this wonderful code. Don't believe me? Here's a quick tutorial. I'll keep talking about it. Watch me do it live. And this is like a bogus quiz that I was doing. This isn't even good. I was just like, I wonder how quickly I can do this. I'm just trying to make this fast. And so I don't even like put images and stuff into it. That's the best part. Let me see. Do I have my workspace open somewhere? Maybe not. No. And also no. Oh, that one's it. Perfect. Okay, so we get in here and we get to, let's go to a quiz, right? I'm gonna reach it this way because it's a little bit. Oh, that one's not gonna show me. There we go. All right, so we get into this, and if you pick, oh no, sorry, that's a template build. Let me see. Do I have any of those up? I have maybe. Let's see. Oh, we do. Oh, come on, rock out with your socks out. Apply. Why not? I think that one's gonna work. Nice. You can choose all this stuff. You put all this stuff in here and you're seeing it live. We're going to generate this gorgeous code. Does it still? Oh, I might have deleted this quiz. That's why. Oh, no. Perfect. All right, here we go. All right, so whenever you get in here, right, it's going to ask you for all this stuff. But look at this. Holy cow. What is that? Are those Canva templates as well to make it so that way whenever you generate this code and you preview it, what are all of those already in the code? Yes, that's right. Every single one of these templates, and there's templates for every single niche that you saw on this. Oh, that's done. Who cares? Every single niche that you saw on this site have all of those questions pre-built with the designs. So you can just go in there and change them to whatever color you want. And it's not just for that single question. It's literally for every single question. I've gone in and done this because I literally was like, what are the things that made my life terrible while building out these quizzes? All right. Anyways, I want to get back to the actual building process because if you aren't sold on how important these quizzes are and how much time this is going to save you, and also the quality of the customer experience, well, then I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to be able to do that for you. And that's okay. Sometimes you just got to accept that. But outside of that, we have how do you get the this is actually something that I really want to talk to you about. This is really important right here. You see this subheadline? Subheadlines are so incredibly important, especially never make that a capital letter. Always keep them soft, right? And what I mean by soft is whenever I get to this, let's go back to the link preview. What are you reading right now, right? Like whenever you read it and you see what it is, let's go through this experience again as somebody who is coming from social media, or they're coming from the website, or they're just engaging with you, right? This is the first step. This is like the secret that you would give them. This is your secret sauce, right? Like exactly why they should be working with you, exactly what you know that's going to make it better. Now, how often do you apply what you learn? And then it's going to be really simple. Look, just pick the one that feels true to you. That's what you're doing with your subheadlines. You're literally speaking to them as if they are in front of you, and you're pre-qualifying this lead, and you're having a cup of coffee, and you're like asking them an important question, but you're just backing it up as if like just giving them some clarification on why am I actually asking this? Like what are we getting at here, right? And then from there, you're just like nodding and you're doing the thing they're thinking about. What's really important about this is that every single touch that they're doing on your quiz is a touch point that actually adds to the 7 touch points that somebody needs to consider buying from you. I don't know if you knew that, but you need probably more than 7 now. But they've already gone through your content. They saw this was somewhere, and it was offering them the secret that turns every lead into a self-closing sale, which it does. It absolutely does. And if you want to read this, you should, because it'll actually teach you that. But how often do you apply what you learn, right? After you get that. Cool. Always. Me? Always. Don't even worry about that. That's maybe true. Pretty quiz codes. You would put yours here. This one's an easy one, layup. You could say whatever you wanted, right? But all the while, this is what's cool. They are looking at your image of the lead magnet, and they are thinking, should I continue? Right? That's what they're doing. They're thinking, should I keep putting my information through this quiz? And every single time that they have to say yes, yes, because I want that, or yes, because they're filling in a blank. They're pre-selling themselves 6 times in a row as to why this is actually going to help them. And you built it off of the premise of what kind of a person are you? Like, what kind of a person are you? Do you actually implement the things that you learn, or are you just wasting your time every day on YouTube? Who are you? What are you, right? And so that leads them to think, okay, I'm gonna get this. It's the secret that literally self-closes leads. I'm gonna implement whatever's in this book because I'm giving this information. Like they're literally having to explain to themselves and convince themselves that what they're doing is right. And so, yes, all right, and then they go to the next one. They see it again. It's already like inside their mind. So, what is the main problem in your business right now? Pick the one that speaks to you the most, right? No leads, low quality leads don't convert, can't low quality leads. Let's just go with that. And then, what is your industry? Choose the closest fit, right? You have that, and you have an other. Anytime that you ask somebody like specifically about what they're doing, you want to throw in like what is that, and then you can always give that other option. And then who cares, right? Like that just gives anybody like, maybe that's not me, so let's just go with other. Cool. Where do most of your leads come from? Think about where the last few clients found you. And then again, you're leading them. You're giving them the idea of really diagnosing themselves here. So that way it's valuable to them anyways, right? Maybe these weren't things that they had thought of before. And that's how you also make a quiz extremely valuable. You are literally getting the opportunity to guide your customer before they become your customer. They're only going to become your customer because you're guiding them, because they want to be with a trusted source. So this is you showing that you are that trusted guide. So where do most of your leads come from? Think about where the last few clients came from. So social media / organic. That's awesome. All right, so now we get into this area where Jane Smith, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but that is just like the most generic name I could have thought of. So that's what got thrown in here, right? But if you want to see what how we're living, all right, that's me. And we're going to go test@gmail.com. Okay, so now this is really important because whenever they click I agree to terms, I agree to receive communications. I can opt out at any time. I will tell you this. This is something that is going to be a feature inside of Pretty Quiz Codes. You are going to have more of a explanation here if you are getting phone numbers. Phone numbers are so they're the worst, right? Like if you are not so revealing as to if you're going to send any texts, if you're going to do anything like that, right? Like you have to have more than this, right? I receive communications, I can opt out. That's fine for email. If you have a phone number on here and you plan on texting that person, just helping you out in regards to forms and or quizzes, you better throw as much as you can down here because lawyers sniff that out and it's $500 to $1,500 per text. I hope you know that because they will get and there's no way to prove whether or not the person was harmed. Oh, it's bad. Okay, so then we click see my results. And this is where, before I click this, because I don't want to click this and not tell you, you can set whatever link you want to see my results, right? That's how it goes. Let me show you where. Because this is extremely important. You go to settings and redirect to URL. You're gonna have options. You can just throw a random message up here. You can show the results page template. I'm sorry, but it needs to be better. Like it at least needs to be a page. It can't be a block that looks like that. Come on, GoHighLevel. But redirect to URL, and then we've got PrettyQuizCodes.com. That's where I'm sending people because that's where, naturally where you would go after you go and you see like, okay, well, let's do all this stuff. But outside of that, you can send them wherever you want, and you should, right? Like if you have a specific buyer in mind, like if you have quizzes and you're running them for a few different buyer personas, then you can do this, right? Like you could send them to this page. You can send them to this page. If let's say if you're running a med spa, right? And this is your quiz for someone who you want to get, you're segmenting them in regards to like skincare products, as opposed to Botox and filler, or as opposed to some other service that you offer, right? Like then that page can be designed and then sent to, so this lead gets nurtured. They believe in you. They trust in you. You're offering them something. Doesn't have to be knowledge. If you're running that, it could be a package. It could be a deal. It could be something of that regard. If you run that, then you're sending them here, and now it's time to put that into action. Look, you're getting the whatever, but also blah 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 blah, right? And now they're ready. They're booking. They're showing up tomorrow, right? And I'll show you that play in another video, but this is just helping you here. While we're on this page, because this is important, this is where the back button lives, and this is where the scroll to top button lives. So the reason why it was stopping in the middle and then not jumping back up to the top after we submitted was because scroll to top wasn't on. Now your back button always needs to be on, because people want to feel like they can say something, and if they didn't, if they think about it for a second, they need to feel like they can go back. They're not going to very often, but it still creates that feeling of safety, and that they're in control of that. And plus, they're doing this expecting for you to know who they are, for you to know more about them. And by the end of the quiz, that's what they're wanting. So if you don't give them the opportunity to feel like, yes, this person knows exactly what is specific to me, then you didn't do anything, right? Like that's the other side of this that is so valuable, is that the user experience from the very beginning of working with your company is about them. It's all about them. And that's how it's supposed to be, right? That's just what it is. So then with this is where, going back to said quiz, here we go. I already kind of gave that away, but then results are in. They're going to get the lead magnet, like test@gmail.com is about to get the best lead magnet ever made. And then they get sent to this next page, right? Get branded GoHighLevel quizzes fast. And that's exactly what you should do. So definitely grab that. But this was meant to be more so about teaching you. So that's all I'm trying to do here. I'm definitely not trying to sell you PrettyQuizCodes. No. Of course not. There are all of these elements and buttons inside of your workspace whenever you jump in, whenever you get it. Every single one of them, right? Like I don't have it here. Yeah. So this one is a template, so it's not going to allow you. Let's go to a free build that's open. Nice. All right. So as I was showing you, you get all of the footer HTML, the advanced custom CSS, and the question codes, all good to go. And on top of that, you get right here every different element type that you can imagine. Some of these are some of these in here. So this is what you need to know. Like as far as like the selector paths and blah 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 and other things. Some of them run the same thing, so it's just like worded a little bit differently. But each one of these are specified and are ready for you. So and they look great. They look much better than whatever this is. So if this is something that's that you're ready to run in your business, are you tired of losing leads? Are you tired of watching leads slip by, like paying for leads to show up to your site, paying for leads to see your stuff, and then not converting, and you have no way to re-engage them, nothing to give them that's of value, nothing to lead them through the journey, which you would already be doing. If you're in business and you're not helping customers, then you're probably that's step one. And so we are here to help you with step one. Anyways, I hope that this was equally as entertaining as it was insightful. I'm sure there's some things that I missed. Oh, last one that I will say. This is kind of different. I guess it's not the most important. But whenever you are going in here and you need to figure some stuff out, there are still like your colors and what's the other one? There are. So these colors will still override stuff. So you just want to make sure that you're making the colors the way that they need to be. Go through here, familiarize yourself. It's not that complicated. All of these are described in detail here with the FAQs and also in your, just mainly in your FAQs and your effects library. It explains all this stuff. It is a little It's not the most user-friendly experience, GoHighLevel. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna drop that one right in your lap. It's not the most user-friendly experience, but that's okay because hey, now there's PrettyQuizCodes, super user-friendly experience, which is outstanding. If you have any questions, if you want to know more, right here, and I'll talk to you later.